Good afternoon, Lydia. Nice to meet you. How are you going? I've just got a small little presentation to offer you, and take it or leave it. And it's just a small observation about your concept that there is a racial or a brown people, white people thing going on. There isn't. There is a how can I describe this? If you consent that your people were a traditional people on the land of dark complexion, upon colonisation, upon federation, I'd say we've done a pretty good job at providing you with the options of both, to continue on your ways or to integrate, and you are in fact colonized. I think this is the place to get to. It's like you are in a battle now to be colonized by about 4 different people. So the Islamists are, intent on colonizing you. The Chinese are intent on colonizing you. The United States is intent on colonizing you, and you are currently colonized by the British Empire. So you have a choice to make. You can be a dark-skinned people colonized by white-skinned people that have done an exceptional amount towards your people, through the lens of that divide. It's like that divide is going to be it's going to be always there, and we always attempt to provide both options for your people, with all of them, which obviously you cannot represent that whole group because that is not your culture. And then this is the problem. It's like, where are all the traditional people that were colonized by dark-skinned Muslims? There aren't any. It's Muslim or bust. It's Islam or bust. It's Arab or bust. They are a consolidation empire, empiric policy. That's what they have. We do we do encourage people to remain and to practice and to worship whoever. It's like that. That is us, and you'll never be confused. Although 180 years down here, if I get in the sun a little bit more, lucky I married, or not married, lucky I had children with an Irish immigrant, isn't it? For all of you, if you want to get and constantly get back to a colour-based model, it has nothing to do. I would happily marry an Aboriginal woman. Happily. I would love it. If you know one, you know what I mean? I'm in the market. It's not a colour-based thing. It is a culture and a structural. That's why I sent you that thing. I suggest you look at the video. And as I said, where are the traditional people under the reign of an Islamic, not just an Islamic regime? The Persians will do it just the same. The Babylonians, that's their status quo. You aren't those people, okay? No matter how much they attempt to integrate, that is what they do. Our job is to prevent them doing that. To encourage you back to your traditional ways that were, admittedly, absolutely, unfortunately, irreparably damaged by our colonization. But we are the fence that keeps them from you. And although we always invite everyone to participate now in open democracy, all these things, it's like we need for you to continue your people. It's like you are free to develop your own culture, and you need to insulate your culture from these agents of colonization themselves. They want to colonize your people under an Islamic flag. Very different dynamics to, say, the African Americans who were transported to another place. and then colonized by the Islamists. It's against. I don't. It's not a core problem against Islamic or against dark-skinned Arabs or anything like that. It's just a statement. It's like, this is what they do. Your people are far from enslaved. In fact, you would probably make up the least enslaved people in the world. If you take financial, which I'm in that camp. My finances are all on hold while I negotiate this. I don't. I'm wearing secondhand clothes that I nicked off my girlfriend in order to present a whatever. It's like, bar that, you have access to the entire country. You have access to all this. You are the wealthiest identity group on earth. But you are squandering it to play Babysitter's Club, to a fool's game. They will fool you. They will fool you on the Persian side. They will fool you on the Islamic side. And they will lure you into the dark skin cult. You know what I mean? It's like, your skin is a different thing. It's not that those Islamic, those Arab nations, those kingdoms, those empires, all of them, they are made up of people just like you, and now they all answer to the same God. They answer to the same exact thing, and that is not what we want. We are a reformed Protestant empire in the British Empire. We are not here to force you into submission, into our ways. We are not here to integrate you into our customs unless you want to. We are not here to restrict your native, title, or your native customs or traditions or spiritual connections or anything like that. We're not here to limit your financial outputs in the world. We are just here to give you a warning and to protect you from people that will indeed decimate you. They will genocide you, not by death. They will genocide you by integration. That is what they will do. If you can also look, it's like, I'm in deep criticization of the Labor Party, of Anthony Albanese's actions, of all like that. That's the main thing. This is what I've did here. This is experimentation. Okay, even your people, they would not tolerate, one or say 5%. They would not tolerate 5% of the radically, ridiculously dangerous experimentation that our entire nation has been doing on a tribal basis. They would be exiled from the tribe. So that's the dangerous thing. That's what's leaving the doors open that he's inevitably having to shut, because he's got no power in this game. He's being exposed for some pretty horrific things. There's a bigger thing going on. It's like, I just will encourage you again to insulate your people, insulate your culture from all, including mine. Insulate away. Do you know what I mean? Insulate away. It doesn't mean it's like take the amazingly cheap resources and commodities that we have and reinforce your traditional ways and insulate them, and then develop through your own lens. That is our intention. That is a very different. That is heresy as far as the Islamic are concerned, as far as the Arabs are concerned, as far as the Egyptians are concerned, as far as the Muslims are concerned around the world. That is heresy to allow a tribal people of dark skin to continue and develop their own culture. That's heresy. So just thought I'd give you the heads up. And as I said, you'll never be mistaken. We'll never be mistaken. We are stronger like that. Although I always encourage, interbreeding all these things. It's like that's wonderful as well. I think both things should exist, but I just really like the same way as our people, our white-skinned, whatever people are insulating themselves from our religious extremity, whether it's the Catholic Church, even the Protestant Church, Church of England, and these new ridiculous scientific cults and personality cults and Satanism and all this bullshit that is floating around. We are trying to insulate ourselves back. We are the same as you. We are just on the opposite end of the pigment scale. I represent the Druids. If you want to get really down to it, I do bring in a lot of Christian things, but because I'm in my own war, I'm in my very own war, just like you, that started a long time before you were ever colonization ever came into your mind. It's the same. So, but at my core, I will go back and I will represent that class of Druids. So it's exactly the same. It's we help each other through this. We walk through it each other, and it's just please, in this time, I urge you to insulate yourself from all other cultures, from all global, interactions, because it is you're just putting up a light. You're putting up a beacon, and you may be able to protect yourself from there, from Parliament, all these things. It's like, but your people are not. They are being, lured into back alleys and filled with nonsense all across the country. It's like this the thing with the hip hop. All of it, it's all bad. You as an Aboriginal representative, the Aboriginal people are the most, racially obsessed. And it does just come down to it's an oversimplification of the thing. It wasn't just white people who colonized you. It's like it's really a ridiculous thing. It's not the white man. It's like come on, like that's you're stuck still on Invasion Day if you want to refer to us as the white man. The white man is conflicted in multiple ways. Hundreds and thousands of years of war the white man has been in. You'd have just as much success if you were attempting to be pandering towards other white cultures, and then you'd find out that the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. This isn't a Coles shopping or a Woolworths shopping aisle that you pick and choose. There's 7 different types. It's not. We're here. We're doing our best. We're continuously doing it. We're trying to link back our strongest and most resolved and most subtle and light touch empire, the most open of all, the most progressive, all the things, right? But we need to link it back to our federation. That doesn't mean we want to go back to any of the racist, encouraging any of that stuff that was prevalent then. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to stabilize ourselves as a navigation tool. We need to go back there. And then would this have happened in 1901? No, you're an outstanding woman in our parliament, well remunerated and an outstanding, passionate voice for all of your people. And I'm in a dress talking to you over the internet. I'm not saying to go back there. I'm saying that we need to use that point as an access point to realize how far we've strayed away. Your cultures would have had people that went and scouted or, explored. Sometimes I'm guessing some of them went missing for, maybe 10, 20, 30 years and maybe wandered back at some point. That's what I would have done if I was an Aboriginal person. That's my thing. That's how we got here. That's my personality type. That's an integral part of your culture. We're never going to restrict you bumping into other cultures or anything like that. But it's just know that the chalice is sometimes poisoned with lies, with false promises. And that's what I'm trying to end here. I'm not making false promises. I'm not saying you're not colonized. I'm not saying that you are in the same state that you were when we arrived. In some ways you're better, some ways you're worse. I'm not saying you are completely free to practice, on all lands in the same way. I'm not, but neither am I. Anywhere. I can't go back to England and do that. I can't go to Scotland. I can't go even here and can't go to Tasmania. Nowhere. That's an all-in game, and the Islamists are well in it as well. In fact, they've turned their whole place into a desert. That's where we're very on the way here, and they don't, unless we intervene there, they're not going to stop. And we're already attempting to stop here, but that's already hard enough as it is. And this is really our moment to start the restorative process through what I think you will see is a far more high level, like, organized system. It's like the same way as I do. You're wearing clothes, you use the internet, you use things. It's like we have a light touch, non-technological aspect on this land as well. You know what I mean? A non-systemic, non-governmental, non-anything, just our environmental impact on this land. And it wasn't us that did the damage. It's like, this is a different thing. It's complicated, but anyway, I don't want to lead you down a path where you might think that you're interacting with someone who's lying to you. So I'll leave a lot of the controversial topics, or who am I? Who are we? Who is this? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not really something I can answer you. You'll have to speak to your elders and understand whether there is anything that aligns with this type of interaction in your past. That's for you to do. I don't want to infest or influence you with my description of who I am. That is for you as a people, individual tribes, to decide who I am and what I'm doing here. And I can assure you that old Charlie, King Charles, and Donald Trump and all of them, they're doing the same thing. They have to do the same thing. This is not business as usual. This is a long planned and long waited for disclosure. Okay, thank you.